go online.
I think we are online. Yes, we are online
Yay, we are
now.
online. Hello, hello the
Yay.
world.
Hello, everyone. Hello,
Hello,
hello. We're
hello.
waiting for people right now,
Yeah,
but
yeah. That's all right. That's all
yay.
right.
Good
That's all
morning
right.
from us here in
Mhm.
Australia and in Yokohama,
Yokohama,
Japan.
Japan, next to
Ohayo
Tokyo.
gozaimasu.
Ohayou gozaimasu to the world. Hey,
Yes.
wake up, the world.
So,
It's
yeah, we're just
funny.
waiting for. Yeah.
It's funny, Joe. When you think about this way, Japan, Asian time, we thought that we are number one. We were first nation break the world. That's why we
Yeah, yeah.
call it the land from the rising sun. But actually, you
Right.
guys break the day.
Not Australia, actually. I don't know which
New
country it
Zealand,
was.
actually.
New
New
Zealand, yes.
Zealand.
So I'm actually
Second
originally
or
from New
third.
Zealand. I'm from New
Oh, I
Zealand. Yeah,
see.
yeah,
Wow, Kiwi.
yeah. Yes, I'm Kiwi. Yeah. Well,
I
actually, no.
see.
I'm actually Filipino by ethnicity, but
Oh,
I
okay.
lived in New
Okay.
Zealand. So
Oh, good.
yeah, yeah,
Interesting. Interesting
yeah.
diversity in your
Ah,
family is going on.
ah,
Right, right. Big
very diverse.
dynamic.
Hey, look, I
Family
thought
dynamic.
let's just introduce this. While there's no one watching, people can
Mm.
watch this pre-recorded, but
Oh, sure.
I just want to introduce everyone. So, welcome to Revitalize Yourself.
Oh, thank you very
Um,
much for inviting me. I'm
I'm
excited to be
yeah,
on your show.
very humbled to have you here, and my special guest today, I've got Sammy
Yes, I'm
from
Sami.
Yokohama,
Hello.
Japan.
Hello.
Guys,
I'm from Japan. Cool place.
she, yeah, yeah. So, Sammy, I've followed you for a long time, actually, for
Oh
a
my
few months now.
goodness. I'm
Mm.
touched. Really. Thank
I,
you.
I followed you since yes. So you had I don't know if you were interviewed by someone
Dr. Sean
previously.
Baker, the God,
Yes,
our God. I met
yes,
our God.
that was
Right.
I remember that, and then, so that's
Mm-hmm.
when I started following
Mm-hmm.
your Instagram. So
Oh,
um,
really?
and you know what the biggest shock for me was? You said at that time you were, I think, a year diagnosed or something, a few
Oh,
months
yeah. I
diagnosed
was supposed to be dead already.
with stage 4, right?
Yeah,
Stage
terminal.
4, yeah. And you know what? The first video I saw with you was that you were in the gym. You were
Yes.
doing you were doing weights and strength
Running,
training.
the weightlifting, the all of that. I'm supposed to
As
be in a hospice right now.
really, wow.
Yes, really.
I can't believe that. I couldn't believe that someone with your diagnosis
Neither do I.
could be going to the gym and doing,
Mm.
fairly, heavy weights for
Yes,
for
I
for
do.
yourself. I could see.
I
So
do.
wow. So that was the first thing that amazed me. So ever since
Mm.
then, I've been following your channel, and it's
Oh,
been
thank you. Thank you. You know my journey.
amazing story. Yeah,
Oh, good.
I try to keep in touch and to
Mm.
follow you as much as I can. But
Thank you.
very inspirational. So I think while we wait for people, I think
Mhm.
am I able to just get you to tell your story from
All right, all right,
when you
all
want to get
right.
started? Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Of course, I'd like to talk about my cancer journey. This is my thing. But before that, I'd like to start from talking about my nutrition journey, rather.
Yes.
And the journey starts from when I was 6 years old. I became a vegan, not because I wanted to save the planet, just because at that time I had a lot of skin issues like eczema and hives, and I was scratching all over. And then
Wow.
one day, my mom took me to the dermatologist. That she told me that the reason I had a skin problem was because I was eating animal flesh. Of course.
Right.
So,
Of course. Yes.
of course, meat is bad. And then
Yes.
so
Yes.
I became vegan.
Yes.
Then I was really messed up, malnourished. And when I was 15 years old, I developed really, really severe eating disorder. I just couldn't stop eating whole day.
Mm, mm.
And then the thing is that when I was 16, after suffering from the eating disorder 1 year, I went to
Yeah.
psychiatrist, local psychiatrist. It's not a Yokohama. I went. I was born in
Yes.
a small town of the mountainous area.
Yeah.
And I went to psychiatrist despite the fact that the guy had published many, many, many books. They are all about mental illness and stuff. But
Yeah.
he didn't know anything about bulimia. He knew little about anorexia kind of stuff. So I was given the 17 tablets, antidepressant, tranquilizers, stabilizer, sleeping pills, and good stuff. And next 24 years, again, I was severely suffering from the eating disorder. And then as a compensation, I learned that taking laxatives, and it became so severe to the point that I took 250 laxatives a day. 250. Yes, you heard me right. And
Wow.
yes, that's a 24 years of this insult allowed my colon to develop cancer. This is the original formation of the cancer development. I can tell. And then, meanwhile, I stopped going to outside, stopped socialization. This is the terrible life you can imagine. But 2011, I came across a diet called ketogenic diet. It
Right.
was long before keto became a thing.
Yeah.
Just the learned the ketogenic diet for epilepsy, the epileptic
Yes.
children.
Yes. Yes.
And then I thought that it's some, at that time, when I was diagnosed as, I don't know, psychiatric problem person, I was given the anti-seizure drug, knowing that maybe it's something good, maybe that's gonna good for me,
Yeah. Yeah.
kind of a same thing, right? The
Yes.
keto
Yes.
was, like created for epilepsy,
Yes.
same thing. Sorry, repeating myself.
That's
And
okay.
so I took on the ketogenic diet. The ketogenic diet I originally took on wasn't so good keto, like a dirty keto, and consuming a lot of vegetable oil, deep
Right.
frying. But even that oil, so-called omega-6,
Yeah.
linoleic
Yeah.
acid,
Yeah.
helped my brain. My brain
Yeah.
was starving, of course.
Of course. Yeah.
So that's a fat consumption allowed me to kind of recover from eating disorder.
Yes.
24 years struggle, it
Yes.
ended.
Wow.
Before that, I had to mention about the fact that during my vegan life or vegetarian life, I was munching on or binging on the fruits and vegetables because
Yeah.
fruits and vegetables are great. I thought
Yes.
that. Meanwhile, my digestive system was bombarded with fibrous food and a laxative abuse. So keto helped my psychiatric conditions. Yet keto didn't help my GI issue.
Yes.
Yeah,
I can
bloating
see.
and
Yeah.
pains and stuff, constipation, severe constipation. But luckily, it was 2016, 17, somewhere around. I stumbled upon the idea of eating, which is called zero carb diet. It was
Yes.
going to be called carnivore diet.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. The great thing about the carnivore I came across was it eased my GI issues quite instantly,
Good.
no longer bloating. Then my energy went through the roof to the point that I really into the fitness, started to, do the weightlifting and good stuff
Yeah. Yeah.
because I felt so strong and I gained a good weight. And then I kept going, becoming stronger until around 2020, where there are many publications. They are talking about microbiome, feed the gut, feed
Yes.
the fiber with, feed the gut with fiber.
Yes.
Fiber is the key to be healthy. I kind of maybe this is a last missing part of the puzzle, I thought. And then I incorporated some vegetable into my diet.
Yes.
Boom, all of the GI issue made a great comeback with force, brought in the discomfort all
Yeah.
the way. But I kept going because they say your gut needs time to adjust the new environment.
Yes. Yes.
I kept going until 2020, April 7th, where I ate some mushrooms because mushroom is great. And 3 hours later, I started to have a dull pain, not the acute kind of, oh, I'm dying kind of pain, like a dull yet very, very uncomfortable. And next morning, I went to the clinic. I took a CT scanning. And I now looking back, they must have found something horrible. They immediately sent me to the gigantic hospital where doctors found the fact that I was incubating very, very advanced stage of the cancer,
Right.
stage 4 colon cancer.
Wow.
It traveled to lymph nodes and lung. No, not lung. At that time, liver. And of course, I had to go through the big operation, really, really big. I was cut in half, and
Yes.
half of the colon, especially ascending colon, was taken away, and 4 lymph nodes were out, and 1/3 of my liver was out, and
Right.
yeah, for some reason they removed appendix,
Okay.
and yes, but I had to experience a complication from that big surgery, so I had to have another surgery. When I kept in the ICU days and days, where I became so depressed. Why? Yes, the pain made you depressed, but also soon after operation, somewhat you have to wear diapers and hooked up many machines. So misery, losing your dignity.
Yes. Yeah.
Someone look after your diapers and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So depressed.
I can imagine. I can imagine.
Yeah. So, but anyway, months and months later, I was discharged from the hospital. Soon after that, I had to do chemotherapy stuff, 3 months. But here's the crazy part: 3 months in big operations and a chemo, and 3 months later, already they discovered new metastasis in my liver again.
Wow.
Now I was gaining an understanding of how less effective, current modern medicine approach to cancer treatment.
Yeah.
I had gone through so many big stuff, yet nothing stops from cancer growing.
Yeah.
Anyway, at that time, I took a pause to think about the fact that before I was diagnosed as such, I had been on a carnivore diet 5 years, keto carnivore, high
Keto
fat
carnivore. Yeah.
approach, carnivore approach. And that was the reason, despite of the fact that my advanced stage of cancer, I didn't die. And after that, finished the chemotherapy, knowing that I have a new metastasis, I sent
Yeah.
an email to Dr. Safely. Dr. Safely is the oncologist, not oncologist, cancer biologist in Boston University at the
Yeah. I've heard of him. Yeah.
yeah. He is advocating metabolic approach to cancer treatment. And he kindly enough to send me back to the email where he was explaining how metabolic cancer approach works. And his idea is that, okay, I'm gonna give you a short gist. What it's all about metabolic approach to cancer treatment for cancer treatment. Cancer cells get fueled by 2 energy substrates. One is glucose. Everybody know the sugar. Sugar feeds cancer, period. The other one is called glutamine. One of the amino acids, essential amino acids, very, very abundant in almost all food. And your body can make glutamine.
Yes.
That two, energy substrates your cancer relies on. So his idea or true fact is that if you cut that energy substrate, cancer won't survive.
Right.
You literally, you can stop the cancer. So the now I felt confidently I do metabolic approach, which already I had been done previously.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, just keep
Yeah.
doing
With the
what I'm
kind of what
doing.
I, yeah, keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. So his approach entails, checking a GKI number. GKI stands for glucose keto index.
Yes.
Glucose number, it is said that the number is lower the better. The it's if you want to be specific, and
Mm.
the two lower than two is preferable for cancer management or cancer
Mm.
prevention, cancer treatment, see
Is that
treatment.
is that blood tests or
Oh,
how do you test your GKI?
it's a blood test. You know
Blood
that
test.
ketomojo,
Yeah. Yeah.
like ketones and glucose. And
Yes.
he made a kind of a calculation method based on it. The GKI number, it's gonna be
Right.
in your device.
I see.
And then I
Mm.
checked the ketone, what's that, the GKI number. Then I started to take on the glutamine blocker. As I mentioned, that glutamine, another source of energy cancer utilizes.
Mm.
So
Mm.
I cut the glucose, I cut the glutamine, checking a GKI number. Oh my goodness, I'm good to go. And then okay, here's the interesting part of this story.
Mm.
Only one thing, carnivore diet or metabolic approach to cancer has a one drawback, which is you're gonna be too
Yeah.
healthy, too strong, too
Yeah.
happy, to the point that I forgot about the fact that I was cancer patient. Completely, I forgot about it. And then my goal should have been management of cancer. You see, cancer is a deadly
Yeah.
disease, remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
But my goal at the time I set up was try to be big, strong, bigger, stronger, faster.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to be big. And then I bump up a lot of protein and 200 protein a day. I'm a very tiny. And
Yeah. Yeah.
I consume the 200, sometimes more than that.
Right.
Chunking down the protein, whey protein, pea protein, whatever the protein goes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
ate that. But the thing is though, in January this year, my life took an interest turn where Dr. Sean Baker invited me to his show. You know that,
Mm. Mm. Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I watched
This
that.
is
Yeah.
thank you very much. A little bit cringy. Now I look back. And then the thing is that his show brought so many great people, wonderful people, followers into my Instagram
Mm.
account or channel.
Yes.
Among one of them, she was cancer biologist, became my
Okay.
one of the best friends called
Oh,
Pia.
okay.
Hello, Pia.
Ah. Hi,
Yeah,
Pia.
good shout to you, Pia. And she was emphasizing on the importance of achieving low GKI number, which I had known, but I forgot.
Mm.
And I was a little bit annoyed by her. I'm okay, I'm strong. You see? And then, upon checking my GKI number, oh my goodness, alarmingly high. They're supposed to be lower than two. My number
Yes.
at the moment was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my goodness, what have I done
Right.
to myself?
Mm.
At the same time, actually, I took a CT scanning, cancer
Mm.
scanning. What they found was that they found a new metastasis to my lung. Why? Because I was forgetting about my cancer treatment, and then they
Yeah.
went by while taking a lot of protein. That's
Mm.
allowed my body to have a new metastasis.
Right.
Now, I got that knowledge from mistakes and then
Yes.
improvement. Now I am assisting people with cancer as a consultant. That is my short version of my cancer
Of
journey.
wow. S- that's it's amazing. It's such a journey. You know you've overcome so much.
Yes, I
over
did. I did.
wait, so take me back again. When did you start having the eating disorders?
Oh, when I was
What
5 years old. Because I
and
think that because of the malnourishment, my brain got
yeah.
absolutely screwed.
So from 15 years old, and if you don't mind me asking, how old are you now?
50 years old.
50
I'm
years
50.
old.
Yes, I live
So
in half of the century.
multiple decades of having,
Mhm.
battling issues with
Severe one. Yeah,
wow. It's
I can't
you
imagine,
know,
right? I ruined my youth. I wouldn't say ruin. There was something I learned from my experience.
yes.
Mm,
Yeah, definitely. And you've shown that.
mhm.
Now, maybe you can explain as well why a high protein, your a high protein intake would have increased your
GKI
GKI.
number,
Because I
right?
have an idea. I have an
Okay,
idea,
okay.
but maybe
Yeah,
others might not. Yeah.
I know. But before that, let me tell you why I got seduced by the idea of the high protein. Of course, I wanted to be big or strong,
Yes.
but there
Yes.
was a time, it's still, like a high protein carnivore approach
Yes.
is kind of gaining the momentum, the popularity. And
Mm,
some, doctors and carnivore, influencers mentioning that,
mm,
hey, lose fat to kind of for good for your body decomposition,
mm,
reduce the fat instead, bump up the protein is more preferable.
mm,
That's kind of an idea behind it. That one of the reasons that I thought I'm gonna try high protein diet.
mm.
But why high protein is problematic for people with cancer is the fact that I'm not sure about this part deep enough, but this is a kind of a fact that if you eat the protein more than your body needs, some of
Yes.
that's gonna convert into the glucose, like a
Yes.
gluconeogenesis stuff.
Yes. Yes.
It's some say why I have a hesitation to say this fact or this scientific evidence loudly. It's because some people truly believe that gluconeogenesis is demand driven,
Yes.
not because you eat excessive amount. There
Mm,
is no
mm,
such a
mm.
thing to say that excessive protein is problematic.
Yeah.
But for cancer patients, for some reason, high protein consumption does bother your approach. I mean,
Yeah.
metabolic approach.
Yeah.
And also, another thing I made a mistake in my physiology, biology is the fact that, to increase the protein intake, eating just beef is a little bit costly.
Yes.
Instead, incorporate eggs and pork and chicken and fish and stuff. It's more, let's say, cost friendly.
Yes.
That's why I started to eat eggs and chickens and, that stuff.
Mm.
This is a little bit geeky part. For some people like myself, might have an immunological response or inflammatory response to
Mm.
monogastric animal. Like I ate eggs, chicken, pork, fish. They are one stomach animal,
Yes.
monogastric animal. That's
Yes.
why what they eat is going to impact on their flesh.
Yes.
Okay. These days, fish and chicken and pork, they were fed corn and soy and crap.
That's it. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
crap, it's gonna be a little bit leave the residue.
Mm, mm.
Many people can get away with that, I believe. Yeah. That's why, in general, carnivore approach work.
Mm.
Even not, focus on the just beef diet.
Yeah.
But for me, maybe I'm kind of immunocompromised because of my cancer condition, or I don't know. When I eat monogastric animal flesh, somewhat, I'm not able to produce ketone.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
here's the thing.
Mm, mm.
Ketones and insulin level is invertly related. Am I speaking English? Like one goes up, one goes down.
Yeah.
Invert relationship.
Yeah.
So
Inverse relationship. Yeah.
so if I eat some monogastric animal flesh, my glucose levels goes up because my body
Mm.
sees this as kind of the enemy or invasion. Hence,
Right. Right.
kind of a stress response happens. So
Yeah.
if you have a stress response, in your system, your liver releases glucose because of the cortisol stress hormone kicks
Yeah.
in. That is my assumption. And when I
Mm.
switched to lion diet, beef,
Mm.
salt water, my
Yeah.
ketone level goes up, my GKI number goes down. So that's why I'm
Mm.
stick to lion diet.
Right.
So excessive, yeah, you are asking that why excessive the protein
Yeah.
consumption is bad. It's gonna cause a gluconeogenesis, or
Yes.
maybe variety of the protein sources might cause an immunological response that
Yeah.
causes glucose spikes.
Yeah. That's what I think that's what I was thinking as well, was that,
Mhm.
the protein might have, you know, uh, the excess protein, or,
Mhm.
the amount of protein you might have been taking could have been gluconeogenic
Yeah,
to some
effect.
degree. And
Right.
so, for those people who don't know, protein can be used and converted into glucose
Mm-hmm.
as a energy substrate. So,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
very interesting. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh, so you said you started the zero carb or carnivore diet
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
uh 5 years ago, is that correct?
No, no, no. 5 years ago is a year when I was first diagnosed 2 years ago. I had been on
Okay.
carnivore 5 years.
Oh, for
Now
5 years, yeah.
it's been 7 years carnivore.
7 years on the carnivore diet.
Right.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
that's
in
amazing.
Japan.
That's
I'm the
yeah,
only
in Japan.
person in Japan
Yeah.
doing like
Oh,
that.
actually, I've know
I can
a
guess.
few people, but it's crazy that yeah, you've been on it for quite a long time, actually,
Yeah,
for
amazing.
most people.
Right.
So, what actually led you to the carnivore diet? Like, there wasn't much information out there at that time.
It's good question. Yeah, but the thing is that majority of the biology I learned
Yes.
and the biochemistry I learned in English. Because let's face it,
Okay.
if you have to Google things or learn things Japanese, the
Mm.
result is something that discovered in Japan or the long time ago discovered in different country, and then they have to translate into Japanese,
Right. I
right?
see.
It takes longer time to get in Japan to be prevailed. So that's why I directly type down in English. So that result is gonna be, updated, cutting edge.
Yeah.
That's the
Mm.
way I studied the biologies and stuff.
Right. Right. Very
Mm.
interesting. Um, and because there wouldn't have been uh much talk about it on social media. Not like
No,
now.
it
Not like
wasn't.
now. Not
Right,
like now.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, world is catching up us finally.
They are, yes. And so, from the time you started carnivore
Mhm.
until you're still eating carnivore diet right
Of
now?
course, I'm trying to be lion diet,
Lion diet?
but
Yeah.
I do cheat in a such a way that I can't give up green tea.
That, yeah. Of course,
Yeah,
Japanese.
definitely. Yeah, Japanese gene needs green tea. Otherwise, it would be dead.
Yeah.
Mm,
How what changes have you seen in
change.
yourself?
Mhm.
We can talk about your physically, um and also mentally. What things have changed for you
In
since
terms
going
of
on carnivore?
the carnivore diet, that's a good
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
Biggest change was physiological strength. The
Yes.
previous, I was absolutely skinny as I don't know, like
Yeah.
a chopsticks. I was chopsticks or
Yeah, yeah.
toothpick. I was
Yeah.
so skinny. Then you may think that, oh, I'm still skinny, right? But
Yeah.
compared to the before I take on the carnivore journey, I was almost emaciated, just malnourished. Yeah, just malnourished, skinny
Yeah.
lady.
Yeah.
Now I became more athletic, if you like. I
Yeah.
enjoy the heavy lifting. Yeah, the energy went through
The
the
energy.
roof. Yeah,
Mm.
has gone through the roof.
So before carnivore, you never used to go to the gym, never used to
No,
train.
no, 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 absolutely no. I hated it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's the
um
biggest difference. And then I think physical strength and your confidence they go hand in hand together.
Yes.
Yeah. You are very jacked big, and then you're gonna be
Yeah.
covered. It's difficult to imagine, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and eh, how is it like being or eating this kind of way in Japan?
Mhm.
I've been to Japan. Uh,
Okay.
they eat. I don't know about you know in your everyday Japanese, but for
Mhm.
tourists, for a lot of tourists, there's a lot of
Mhm.
places that do a lot of meat and eat a lot of meat. But I have heard that uh, a lot of Japanese don't eat a lot of meat on their diet. Is that
Well,
correct
there is
assumption
a
or
misconception. Yeah. You got
okay?
it wrong. Everybody gets it wrong.
Yeah,
The thing is that it is said that all Japanese people are munching on the vegetables and a little bit
yeah,
meat, but
yeah.
we do love meat,
Okay.
especially Okinawans. For
Yes.
some reason, okay, I think you know,
Yeah.
Okinawans they say 70% of their calorie intake coming from potato, purple
Yeah.
potatoes and stuff. No,
Yes.
they don't. They eat pork a lot.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, younger generations, they are eating on same food as Americans and stuff. So
Mm.
obesity is becoming a thing, and
Right.
it's
Okay.
rampant in Okinawa than people in mainland like us.
Right. Right.
Yeah, obesity
Yeah.
rate is really taking over the Okinawans' place. Yeah, Okinawa,
Mm. Mm.
unfortunately. And we
Mm.
do a lot. We do eat a lot of meat. We love meat.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
But at the
Yeah.
same time, we do eat a lot of rice.
That's correct. That's where I
Mm.
was gonna ask you
Rice
because
eater.
we're both I'm Asian myself, and
Hmm.
we eat a lot of rice.
Right.
It is almost part of our culture, really.
Mm.
Do you feel like that has impacted your social life? Being carnivore sometimes. Being
That's good question. That's
mm,
question. Here's my interesting fact. I don't
mm.
have Japanese friends. So
Okay.
to be fair, I do have
Yeah.
international friends here, but
Yes.
they don't care what kind of diet I've been on.
Yeah.
And the
That's good.
restaurant we choose, is kind of a carnivore friendly.
Yeah.
You have a choice. Even you go to the McDonald's,
Yeah.
just eat pate. Yeah,
Yeah.
you are okay. You're not gonna
Yeah.
die.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a kind
Yeah.
of you have to be creative.
Yeah. That's right.
Mm.
And in Japan too, I remember there was a lot of yakiniku places
Oh,
that
sure.
were
Oh, yes. But here's
so
a tip for everyone looking at
yeah.
this in the channel: is that if you order the yakiniku, tell them put a sauce aside. Otherwise, they're gonna
Yes.
marinate the meat,
Marinade. Yeah.
sugars and MSG, the good stuff in it. So that's
Yeah.
why ask them, hey, please put aside, or just give me just meat without
Mm.
sauce.
Without sauce. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So I can see that there's a lot of options for you in Japan. Um, you know, it's just sometimes it's interesting to talk about the challenges sometimes when it
Mhm.
comes to because let's face it, it's not really common in
No,
society, not just in the Western countries,
mm,
but also in
right,
Asian countries. It's not
right.
very common to have this diet where you eat everything
No,
is just meat.
it's fun. It's funny is though if you say I'm vegan, people
Yeah,
kind of okay, you are vegan, you don't eat
yeah,
meat. But if you say I'm carnivore, people
yeah,
go, are you all right?
yeah. That's right.
That's
Yeah.
gonna give you a cancer, of course,
Yes, yes. Oh,
right?
let's go into that point of view because uh you know you would have been told that eating meat would is a cause of
Colorectal
uh
cancer.
colon cancer basically, yeah.
Okay, yeah,
So uh, how did you navigate around that because it's being told by you know
yeah.
the
I know.
World Health Organization
Of
even.
course, everybody
um
thinks that,
how
right?
did you learn past that?
I don't fight.
Mm,
Yeah, number one, I don't talk about my cancer to people in Japan.
mm,
In Japan, I don't know your culture.
mm.
We have we are kind of judgmental a bit than other countries, in my opinion. That's why if you do something against doctor's advice, you are absolutely bad person. So I don't
Yeah.
want to cause a war. I don't want to declare
Yeah.
war. That's why,
Yeah.
when I have to talk, say about my, medical condition,
Yeah.
I don't talk about my diet.
Right.
Yeah. Why I have to let them know about my diet? I wish I could, so that I'm
Yes.
gonna increase the carnivore in Japan.
Yes.
But Japan is a difficult place to let the carnivore survive. Of course, we
Mm.
do eat, right? If we do eat meat, but it comes with rice, fruits and vegetables.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
That's why it's a difficult, yeah, to kind of be carnivore and then explain about carnivore to people in Japan. I haven't
Yeah.
tried that yet.
Mm.
I should have
Mm.
been, but I didn't.
But yeah, so it was very interesting for me because when I I've always thought that
Mhm,
you know the advice on eating meat
mhm,
and getting cancer was
mhm.
well, it's real. This is
Oh,
the
yes.
consensus about it.
Mhm, mhm,
Doctors are saying that if you eat a lot of red meat, it's going to cause
mhm.
cancer. Red meat
Yes.
causes cancer.
Right.
From my own understanding, in my own looking into
Mhm,
research,
mhm.
there really isn't any evidence to suggest that red meat is the cause of cancer.
No, no,
No.
no. We all know that over the course of the most of the majority of the human history, millions of
Mm.
gazillion years, we were hunter gatherers and we hunt animal to kill to eat. If
Yes.
if causes cancer, we would be dead
Yes.
already long
Correct.
time ago,
Yeah.
right? Extinct already, right? So
And it's
that's
funny
the
that
whole.
it's funny how everyone still thinks that the food that we've
Mm,
been eating for hundreds of thousands, if not millions of years,
mhm.
would cause us cancer. It's
Yeah,
how
very
it doesn't
interesting.
make sense. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make
Fantasy.
sense.
Yeah, amazing. But for me, though, the reason I survived because of the carnival, I do believe this way. I can
Yeah.
tell.
Yeah.
Without it, yeah, literally, I wouldn't be here to talk to you.
Yeah. So you definitely think that carnivore has helped you
Oh,
in
absolutely,
in
absolutely.
in
In
this. Yeah. And
mentally, yeah.
mm, so happens that it's also it aligns very well with the metabolic treatment,
Yeah,
like you said,
right.
because um well, one, it's zero carbohydrates, so
Mm-hmm.
you just have to continue doing what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
um so right now, what is your, I guess, if you don't mind sharing,
Mm-hmm.
what is your current condition in terms of your cancer? Where are you at
Yes,
in
great question.
mm,
I stopped going to the hospital
okay.
in the sense that I have refused operation. They keep offering the
Hmm.
operation all the time,
Okay.
saying that it's gonna be too late if I wait a month for in months. It's gonna be too late. I've been told many times. I got sick and tired of it,
Yeah.
and even I stopped taking an image, MRI, then
Yes.
CT scanning, PET scanning. So uh, yeah, I don't know, but I do know I don't feel sick. My energy is
Mm.
always super high. And
Mm.
if there would be a condition that someone is going to die a month, not gonna be like that. So
Yeah.
I'm confidently can tell you that I wouldn't say my cancer disappeared. No, I am managing my cancer.
Mm.
Here's a kind of my philosophy when I think about cancer. If your cancer is a stage 1, 2, 3, maybe cure you can cure the cancer, but at
Right.
stage 4 you got to live with it. Just that you have to learn how to live with it, like
Right.
myself.
Right.
I don't feel kind of a fear, yeah, kind of a fearful stuff, but I'm not gonna, worry about, oh, what I'm gonna do. Oh, what should I do? That's kind of a panicky feel. I don't have it. Just I'm
Yeah.
trying to control well behave because
Right.
it's your cell. It's your part of you. We've been, cancer and me, we've been together decades.
Yes.
I have
Mm.
a weird sense of friendship with them.
Mm,
I
mm.
just make them good guys.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It makes sense. I mean,
Mhm.
like, I mean, like you said, you've had cancer for decades now,
Yeah.
but you only recently found out as well.
Yes.
It
Yes.
wasn't that long ago,
Hmm.
relatively speaking. It's
Right.
not been that long.
Hmm.
Um, so are there, like, you're saying that you feel healthy? Is
Yeah,
there
I am.
anything like so I'm a nurse. I look after, sometimes I have patients who have got
Hmm.
cancer, sometimes have
Hmm.
got
Hmm.
stage 4.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have things associated that they could attribute to their cancer. Like,
Hmm.
I've heard about cancer pain. Did
Okay.
you get a lot of
Yeah.
pain? Did you get pain at all when?
Not at all. Not at all. I don't have any pain. No symptoms.
Mm,
I'm trying to think about do I have some symptoms? No, hell no.
yeah.
I'm absolutely healthy. I just
Wow.
make sure to remember I'm a cancer patient because I'm too
Yes.
healthy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to the gym every day, lift a weight,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
running, jogging, jumping. So I have to remind myself, hey, look, you are a cancer patient.
Yeah.
Don't forget that.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I have to be careful, rather than be depressed or pained and all of that.
Mm, mm, mm. And if someone was to go on your Instagram right now
Mhm.
and watch your videos doing hill sprints and and doing weights, they
I
wouldn't.
know.
I don't think a lot of them
Lung
would think
cancer
you had,
patient.
yeah, lung
Keep
cancer patient.
training.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Mhm.
So uh your current diet right now, you said, is a lion diet. What is your ratio in terms of fat versus protein?
That is a question I frequently get asked. I
Hmm,
wish I could provide you the correct answer.
hmm,
Normally, I don't weigh or I don't measure the food I
hmm.
am eating. But
Yeah.
generally speaking, in my protocol goes, fattier the better. I
Yes.
always
Yeah.
choose a fatty that almost look white or pink.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that naturally you are able to reduce excessive protein intake. And also, here's the thing, I kind of post what I eat. Some
Yeah.
people are surprised by the fact that you really eat such a big amount of food. Yes, I
Yeah.
do. Doesn't mean that all of the cancer patients have to follow the exact, like macros and calories and all of that. That I eat really hypercaloric state food. It's
Yeah.
because my activity level is very, very high.
Yeah.
So you have to take into the consideration of activity level and your genetics and
Yes.
your need, non-exercise somewhat. What's that, the activity
Yeah.
level?
Activity
I'm,
level.
I'm very
Yeah.
high. I'm always
Yeah.
moving around all the time.
Yeah. Yes.
That's
Yeah.
why I need to consume high calorie.
Yeah.
But a
Mm.
general rule of thumb for cancer treatments are calorie restriction and a ketogenic diet. But someone I couldn't achieve that low calorie part. This is my
Right.
own biology. That's why you have to kind of tweak or revamp to adjust your gene makeup or lifestyle
Yeah.
for any treatment, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. That's right. And it seems to be working out for you as well. So, and like you said, you feel great. So why should you
Yeah.
change what's what's
Hmm.
working for you?
And broken, don't fix it.
Yeah. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's right.
Lovely.
Uh-huh.
So
Um.
can I ask you a question,
Yeah. Of
if you
course.
don't mind? So in Australia, how popular of medical approach to cancer treatment using the ketogenic diet or something unconventional way? How popular?
It's not popular. It's not.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it is. I've
Mm-hmm.
not really heard too much about it. To be
Mm-hmm.
honest, Sammy, I'm really, you know, as someone who's worked in healthcare for over a decade, I haven't really heard the metabolic approach.
Oh, really?
Never heard of it. No, but it might be because I don't work
Mm-hmm.
in oncology or any cancer
Cancer ward.
specific. But
Uh-huh.
in terms of I guess how popular it is, I can't tell you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I
But
see. I
I
see.
think I can assume that it's not very popular because
Yeah, of course, of course.
I
The
don't think
if
anyone.
your
Yeah,
your clinic or your hospital
yeah.
accepts the medical approach to cancer patient, very, very, very little revenue to be found.
Correct.
The
Yeah.
metabolic approach is based on the dietary intervention, the off-label
Yes.
drug, which is very, very absolutely cheap, and
Yeah.
exercise. How
Yeah.
could doctors and nurses yourself can get the money out of cancer?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I
That's the
mean
bottom line.
that's something to think about too, because
Mm.
a lot of money is being put to cancer treatments like
Yeah, the surgery.
uh,
Ching, ching,
surgery.
ching. So much money.
Not just the surgery too, but even the diagnostics.
Mm.
Like you said, MRIs and
Oh, yes. Ah, my
scanning.
goodness.
It's,
It's so
your
expensive.
chemotherapy. There's a
I
lot of money being put to it.
know.
So,
Yeah. And
um,
also, Job,
mm,
the what's that? The health insurance company never gonna reimburse metabolic
mm,
approach, dietary intervention, the lifestyle change,
that's right.
off-label drugs,
Yeah,
right? That
yeah.
is one of the big hurdles.
Yes, it is. It's such
Mm.
a big hurdle because you know, uh, I'm trying to be careful here. Of
A
course,
lot of
we know.
censorship going on.
Yeah, yeah. I have to be careful nowadays, just in
Right,
case.
I
Oh,
forgot. I
just
forgot.
I should also make this a statement here, guys.
Yes, please.
This is where
Mhm.
not giving medical advice.
Not at
We're
all.
not medical professionals. These are our opinions.
Right, just
So
our friendly
yeah,
conversation.
friendly
Just we happen
conversations.
to talk about these
Yeah.
C words.
But yeah, it's very hard because there's very little
Mhm.
scientific studies in this area,
Yes,
relative to a lot of other
the
science that they
drug.
do on
Right.
yeah.
Hmm.
There's not a lot of focus on this treatment, you
Because
know.
it's not the FDI approval,
Yes.
patentable.
Yeah.
No money.
Yeah.
That's why
So
the researchers not gonna do any study unless someone pays you, someone
correct.
funds you.
Correct.
No one take a moment to do that
Yeah.
unless
And,
like Dr. Seyfried, they are sacrificing themselves to do the
mm,
study
mm.
for us.
That's right. That's absolutely
Mm.
right. And so it takes, someone like him
Mm-hmm.
to start the ball rolling for people
Mm-hmm.
to maybe in the future I hope that it becomes more
Mm-hmm.
even I hope that in the future people are more aware about it even
Yeah,
we
I
don't I don't
know.
expect people to accept and to think that this is
Mm-hmm.
the way to go, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't
awareness.
say,
Mm,
hey, do that, like a medical approach for cancer treatment. You can do both. Why
yes,
you,
yeah,
ignore the good stuff, right? I don't mind
yes,
people go through the surgery, the chemos and radiation if you want, if you
mm,
think
mm,
you need. But
yes.
alongside with adjunction with it, you can do in medical approach,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
And awareness, just means that people know that it exists.
Mm-hmm.
If people and it allows people to have that another option that's
Mm-hmm.
not as invasive. If you
Right,
think,
at
this,
all.
yeah, yeah, and if to be honest, it's not that hard to go on a metabolic treatment. It's not hard to
Yes.
eat meat. It's very easy to be honest.
Yeah, don't you think it's very, very difficult to stick to juice vegan diet? And
Yeah,
they're doing a fasting days and days and days,
yeah.
misread, right? It's easy. Going to the
Yeah,
gym.
so how does your diet look like, Sami? So we know we eat the lion diet, but
Mhm.
how convenient is it for you?
Okay, the it's like I eat maybe nearly 2 pounds of meat a day, and
Yeah.
I add some fat, and
Mm,
also I sometimes I eat omega 3 rich canned fish like a sardine, the mackerels and stuff.
mm.
In the sense that some studies suggest that it's good for immunity, which I can be compromised, not
Mm,
because I'm a cancer patient, just
mm,
because one of the drugs I take is called fenbendazole, which is a
mm.
glutamine blockers, as I talked about.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Actually, glutamine, as you already know, is important for some functionality in your system,
Yes.
like
Mm,
immunity or gut
yes.
lining or
Mm,
recover for muscle recoveries and stuff.
mm.
So I have to take the glutamine blockers, which mean that somewhat there is a possibility my immunity can be compromised.
Right,
So the
right.
immune boost is something I might want to consider. That's why I take omega 3. And also here and there I have kind of a headache,
Yeah.
and some studies suggest that omega 3 consumption alleviates the intensity, the frequency of the headaches.
Right.
I kind of like to believe that. That's why I incorporate a little bit, omega 3 booster.
Mm.
But a general my diet foundation is beef, salt, and water
And how many times do you eat a day
two
normally?
times a day.
2 times a day.
Yeah, today I made a video about when I eat. I eat first meal at 6 o'clock a.m.
Mm-hmm.
and the last meal is 11 o'clock a.m. 2 times a
Mm.
day. And after that, I do fast. Not because
See?
I try to do intermittent fasting. It's a naturally this
Yes.
time schedule landing on my pattern, the routine. This is the beauty of the carnivore diet, don't you think? You don't need
Exactly.
to
Yeah.
force yourself to do intermittent fasting. It's quite easy. Eating, previously I was on the plant-based keto. I
Yeah.
was always hungry. I was counting down the time to eat,
Yeah.
thinking about the food, what the hell am I gonna eat next time. But a carnivore diet gives you a liberty. You don't need to worry about the hunger. It's just naturally I eat twice a day, early morning, 17 hours or 19 hours, 18 hours fasting,
Yeah.
easily,
Yeah. See,
easy as that.
that's what I tell people. It's really it's not that hard
Mm-hmm,
because like you said, it comes naturally with eating this diet. You just become so satiated after eating your
yes.
and can you imagine what if you reflect back on how you used to be eating as vegan, how
Mm-hmm.
many times you had to eat a
Oh
day,
my goodness. I
thinking about
always
preparation. Yeah.
can I share one story? Quick,
Mm,
it's a quick one. I would bring some nuts and crackers and stuff
yeah. Yeah.
because I'm gonna be ravenously hungry.
Yeah.
Even during the conversation, during the shopping, I have to
Yeah.
pick up something to eat.
Yes.
Even I was on keto.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
See what I mean? Like it is so much easier
Mm-hmm,
than being on a vegan or even just a standard American or standard Western diet.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Um, that's just one aspect. You don't have to
mm-hmm.
think about food. Um,
Yes.
um, so yeah, it just makes it easier, and
Mm-hmm,
it's such an easy way of if you think about going back into cancer treatment,
mm-hmm.
it's not just easy. It can be very cost effective if you
Right. Definitely. My operation cost 2,600 US dollars. Only one.
yeah,
Aside from my hospitalization, aside from the ICU,
yeah,
aside from the food, aside from everything, just the operation itself,
yeah,
2,600 US dollars. On the contrary, my approach, the metabolic approach, cost let's say 40 bucks, 40 US dollars per
okay.
month, maybe even cheaper than that. Doesn't cost a lot of money.
Mm,
That's why health insurance
yeah.
or doctors and nurses, and you are not one of them, but don't want to let us know about this approach.
Yeah.
Easy as
So
that.
actually, I don't think. I asked you about this, but the metabolic treatment. Okay,
Mhm.
so diet is obviously a big part
Yeah,
of the
that's the main
what
part.
but you also talk about medications. Can you talk a little bit about medications that you
Sure, sure.
take?
Oh, the
Yeah.
medication kind of off-level can be supplement, can be categorized as
Okay.
supplement because it's not meant for human consumption.
Okay.
Uh, the glutamine blockers, the
Yeah. Gluten
only
blocker.
like
Yep.
a pharmaceutical intervention you have to
Mm-hmm.
take
Mm-hmm.
is idea behind this that still you can't just limit the consumption of the glutamine. All right,
Mm.
that's why you have to pharmaceutically remove the glutamine from your system.
Right.
And
Right.
then there are certain drug called DOM. I forgot that DOM stands for very, very long name. D blah 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 blah
Okay.
blah 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 blah. It is said that this is the most effective way to get rid of the glutamine absorption, yet it's very, very difficult to obtain. That's
Right.
why,
Right.
but interesting thing is the fenbendazole I've been taking, which is a dog dewormer,
Right.
anti-parasite drug.
Okay.
It's been
Oh.
taken by many people who live in let's say India or somewhere like the where the parasite is going on in
Yeah.
around among human.
Yeah.
Interesting part of this story is that the cancer death in that region is less than compared to the
Okay.
Western society, despite
Right.
of the little bit less advanced, like oncology or medicine in general.
Yeah. Yeah.
It could be the case that fenbendazole, I mean the dog dewormer, somewhat prevents from getting cancer
Hmm.
among them.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
Interesting
Yeah.
study.
Yeah.
Keep coming.
So, uh, this metabolic treatment is prescribed by um, doctors
No,
Seyfried.
no,
Is that?
no, no. No,
No.
no, no. He is not supposed to prescribe anything
Oh,
because he is
okay.
not a doctor. That's why he has to say he have to say kind of disclaimer.
Yeah.
He just provide us information, educational information. So
Right. Right.
we shouldn't to take his advice as medical advice. Just a
Okay.
piece of information. We have to clarify that.
Right. Right.
Mm.
Yeah. I've only really I've seen him only a few occasions on YouTube.
Mhm.
But did you personally reach out to him? Did you reach
Yes,
out to him?
I
Okay.
was lucky enough to attend a meeting
Okay.
conducted in the Boston University in a Zoom meeting. Then I was
Right.
able to ask him several questions.
Mm.
One of the questions is that my ketone level previously was very, very high,
Yeah.
like a 7 or 8,
Wow. Ooh.
more undetectable. But currently, my ketone level was 3 to 3 is hovering somewhere around. Still high
Yeah.
as a ketone level, therapeutic level, yet it went down. And then I asked him, is there any negative effect, the long time keto dieter to have low ketone levels? This is one of those new studies that if you stick to the ketogenic diet, your ketone levels go down because of the
Right.
adaptation. I'm very, very efficient to use ketone. Why I
Yes.
have to produce high ketone to begin
Yeah.
with?
Yeah.
His answer was, I don't know. The
Mm.
reason was because he hasn't had the patient who'd been on the metabolic approach longer enough to see the result.
Right.
I'm one of the rare cases,
Mm.
people who'd be on the medical approach for 8 years nearly. And
Mm,
that's
mm,
why
mm.
he honestly said that. I don't know. And another question I asked him is that, I do weight training.
Mm.
Is there any bad effect to do weight training, resistance training? And his answer was, I don't know. He said he didn't know.
Mm.
I was rather impressed by his honesty. He could
Mm.
have said things like, oh, exercise is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, keto, never mind. If you have achieved
Yeah.
the GKI number low, you are good to go. But he said he didn't know. Yeah, but through my experience, I felt that his passion, that his I don't know mission, where he tried to save the life. Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot the
Mm.
original your
No,
question.
that's the question was about your connection and relationship with
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
with the
yeah.
Seafried. Yeah, because
I was able to.
I asked if you were able to connect with him. Yeah, but so you asked him those
Brilliant.
questions. Yeah.
In terms of the exercise,
Mm.
there was a different channel, the podcast he was on. He was saying things like, like lifting weight is not advisable because that causes
Okay.
inflammation, systematic inflammation.
Yes.
It is true temporarily, but
Yeah.
also above the course of the recovery from the, let's say, weightlifting,
Yeah.
your inflammation marker goes down.
Yeah.
That's why I think that weight training works for cancer
Mm.
treatment. I truly believe that. Many study
Yeah.
is backing up the fact that not only weight training reduce inflammation later that day, but also this is a kind of a good way to reduce your anxiety or
Yes.
depression,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Yeah. Of
No
course.
side effect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
And it might be individual as well, because like for yourself, it's working well for
Oh,
you.
yeah, yeah, you are right. You are right. Thank you very much for
Yeah.
pointing out this part. If you haven't done anything about like resistance training, lifting a weight, it's bad,
Yeah.
of course. Obviously,
Yeah.
you
You might
shouldn't
get
do.
a
Right, right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. So let me just think what other questions I wanted to ask you. I had some questions down here.
Oh, okay,
Actually, let
okay.
me just
Bring
have
them
a
on.
look. Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, it is. It's been very fun. Let me just see if there's any. No, I've only got one person watching. No questions so far.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so going back to your let's go back a little bit now to your uh time as when you were a vegan,
Okay. Wow,
right?
long time ago.
Um, apart from the gut issues that you were
Yeah, massive.
experiencing,
Mm-hmm.
what were some other how did you feel actually being on the vegan diet,
Oh,
firstly?
that's question. 6 years old girl. She
Mm,
doesn't have an executive function to think about what is a veganism, isn't it?
mm.
Just that,
Yes, yes.
I was jealous about the fact that other kids were
Yeah,
eating like milk and
yeah,
chicken, the pork, whatever. But I was munching on the whole grain, which
yeah,
is of course better than refined grain. That's what
yeah.
I thought. And then, yeah, I don't know. I don't remember how I felt. Just the jealous and unfairness. Of
Mm,
course, it was all negative. They are all negative.
right.
But later on, I tried to convince myself that vegan is good. I
Mm,
don't want to hurt animal. Look, I'm
mm.
vegan. I'm a nice
Y-
person, anti.
Yeah, yeah.
Almost proud it. I'm proud of myself to be a vegan once.
Right,
Not
right.
knowing that harming that many animals by allow them the monocultivations and killing more animals than carnivore that do.
Yeah.
Mm.
Um, no, the reason I ask is obviously, some people have, well, I mean, we're only talking about anecdotes, but
Mm-hmm.
some people say that they do feel great on a vegan diet. They do
Oh,
feel
yes,
good.
they say, of course.
Um,
Compared to
but
what?
compared to what that's exactly where I was gonna go to. Yes.
Yeah, crap
Did you
to
feel
less
like it improved?
crappy.
Yeah. Did it improve your health? Do you feel like, or were you a bit too young for that
Okay,
to
6 years
notice the
old.
yeah,
Previously, I was eating some meat, not that
yeah.
big amount.
Mm,
Yeah, it was true that my in let's say skin problem,
yeah.
psoriasis and stuff went away.
It went
Short period of
okay.
time.
Yeah.
Short period of time, it went
Yeah.
back, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't fall. This is one of those things, anecdotal things that, vegan all say that, hey, look, I became healthier.
Yes.
Yeah, because you are eating a crappier food.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. Yeah, compared to what is very important.
Compared to what, and that's what I
Mm.
say to a lot of people is like, yeah, you'll feel great if you
Mm-hmm.
eat, let's say, people will say, oh, I feel great on a vegan or vegetarian diet,
Mm-hmm.
or they feel great on low calorie diets,
Oh,
whatever, blah
yes.
blah 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 blah.
Oh,
But
yes.
compared to what, like,
Mm.
what were you eating like before, or
Right,
what
right.
are you comparing yourself to? Like, of course, if you're going to be
Exactly.
eating a highly processed
Mm-hmm.
diet, high processed foods in your
Mm-hmm.
diet,
Yeah.
eating mixed macronutrients, high sugar, right?
Yes, yes.
Of course, you're gonna feel better. Of course, you're
Exactly.
gonna feel better from.
In general, this is another rule
Yeah.
of thumb, is that whatever that you eat, if the calories are hypocalorie enough,
Mm.
somewhat your metabolism improves.
Yes.
Whatever you
Yeah.
do, you ever eat,
Yes.
hypocaloric status.
Yes.
That is easy for vegans to achieve
Definitely. Yeah.
because just munching on the weed or the plants, that's
Yeah.
not going to give
Yeah.
you any calorie.
But that's right. And
Mm.
a lot of it is fiber anyway. So it's just.
Yeah, fiber is still very, very difficult to understand. I
Mm.
don't know what is a true fact or not. The Paul Mason, from yeah, he's a
Yeah.
good part, and he kind of advocates that uh, we don't need to eat fiber. Fiber is one of the root cause of the constipation.
Mm.
In my case,
Yeah.
it works. If I don't eat fiber, my gut is happy.
Yeah.
But many health gurus and PhD doctors,
Mm.
majority of them still pushing a fiber.
Yeah.
Still, I don't know. But one thing I do know is that when you think about the anthropological point of view,
Yes.
they didn't have a variety of food and like rainbows and
No.
stuff. They don't have enough variety, but they didn't develop any cancers and
No.
diabetes and right, uncommunicable diseases. They were absolutely healthy. So I don't think that fiber should be the one of the elements we have to accept to eat.
No. No. For
Mm.
me personally, I don't think. I think, if anything, I think it's contraindicated.
Yeah, right. Definitely. Especially that you
Uh,
have a GI issue,
yes, yes,
contraindication.
and I only speak on my anecdotal experience, but
Hmm.
whenever I eat any kind of fibrous foods,
Hmm.
even bread,
Hmm.
my stomach will feel it
Oh,
straight
really?
away. Straight away, I feel, oh my gosh,
Mm.
I feel a lot of discomfort already.
Mm. It
So,
says, I'm here, right? I'm here.
mhm, mhm.
Mm.
So and yeah, I feel just a lot better without fiber in my
Mm.
diet. Hey, the other thing, I remember my question now. This one I really wanted to ask was, you said you had part of your colon removed, correct?
Mhm. Yes, yes, ascending colon.
Has that affected you like, how has that affected you
Mhm.
eating a carnivorous diet? Do you feel much
Nothing,
changes? Nothing, really?
nothing. And the
Okay.
one thing though, people might want to ask about the fact that I don't have a pouch.
Yeah,
If you have a like a descending colon or anal colon cancers and
yeah,
stuff, you might need to have a patch. But
yes,
for me, the part of the colon got affected by cancer was ascending colon
right,
before reach the an anal. So that's
yeah,
why I don't have a pouch, and
yeah.
I carnivore diets uh, doesn't affect anything about
Okay.
absorption, the pooping out, nothing.
No, no. Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. That's
But
really good.
one thing though, I have to improve about the fact that I'm psychologically constipated. Still, I do remember sensation of pooping big
Yeah.
slogan.
Yeah.
poop big.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
some reason, we feel kind of a good. Oh, I achieved big stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We want to get that on an everyday basis. But the guess what? The food we consume as a carnivore, it's gonna
Yeah.
be absorbed almost
Absorb.
everything,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Residue is
Of
gonna be
course.
tiny.
Yeah.
Sometimes I want to achieve something on an
Yeah.
everyday basis. That's why
Yeah.
I say, psychological constipation.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And I
Mm.
mean, it's very common. Like, relative to the time frame of your lifespan, you've only been carnivore for maybe less than a quarter of your life.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I mean, the rest of that you've been eating high fibrous food, so
Yes.
you're used to the
I
constant.
do miss I do miss some vegetables actually, to be honest with you.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I want to munching on the kind of a crunchy lettuce. I really get seduced by the lettuce and some tomatoes and stuff, knowing
Mm.
that that's not gonna love me back.
Yeah. So
Crazy.
how do you do it then?
Mhm.
Um, it for me,
Mhm.
like me listening to you, it sounds like you have a really strong willpower. Um,
Do I? No.
yeah, yeah, you because I mean, if that's how you feel, that
Mm.
the way I see it is that you've been. It's not okay. I said it was easy earlier to go on this diet,
Mhm,
but
mhm.
there are a lot of temptations. Like you said, you miss eating vegetables.
Ah, yes, I do. Mm.
Um, how do you keep yourself sticking to the program?
Yes. Actually, having a great followers
Hmm.
that make me realize that I have to be accountable
Hmm.
and getting a DMs. Oh, you are inspirational, and I was like,
Hmm.
am I? Am I? And I have to ask myself. That helps me, and also I try to think about consequence of what I'm doing. For example, if I eat the lettuce, I'm gonna bloat. My stomach, it's gonna be big,
Yeah.
and I feel uncomfortable. And also, guess what? Uh, my diagnosis or prognosis rather is so pathetic. The many people can cheat. They can, but I can't afford to have a lot of cheat meals.
Right. Right.
If I do, I might, cause another problem in the form of, cancer progression.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have to think about many things, or more deadly, lethal things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So you definitely have you have reason to not eat those foods, whereas
Yeah, yeah.
you, mm,
I'm not allowed to die. I'm not allowed to
yeah.
die because of the many people see me as like a proof that
Yeah.
this approach works.
Yeah.
Carnivore, keto, medical, metabolic approach, they
Right.
work. I have to prove that.
Mm, mm, mm.
That's a kind of a sense of mission, if you like.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Mm.
definitely. Yeah. Do you know anyone else that is doing this approach in terms of
Yes,
metabolic approach to cancer?
from my community, I
Yeah.
don't know, but
Okay.
I think that there are some people
Okay.
from my followers. They
Yeah.
do, maybe two of them. They are doing
Oh,
a
that.
medical approach. But as my true life in
Yeah.
Japan, zero. And yeah, still I'm a kind of a trying to be living proof,
Yeah.
because very few people know this stuff, doing stuff, even though
Yeah.
they are suffering from cancer.
Yeah.
Mm.
So what is your what I didn't actually ask you this earlier, but what was the prognosis when you first got diagnosed?
Ah, okay, okay. Prognosis I was given 2 years ago was that they didn't say, "Oh, you are going to die a couple of months and stuff," but I was told that in 5 years, 9% people survive. That was a way, kind of a doctor's code. It says,
Mm.
you will die
Yeah.
anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
All
So
right.
how much did this what did they say? 5%?
9%. survived
9%
in 5 years.
in 5 years. Ah,
Yeah.
9% in 5 years. Wow.
Not, like the healthy form as a
Yeah.
human being. It would be just a
Mm,
bedridden included. Just to
mm.
survive. Survive and thrive is a different concept for me. If you survive 5 years and then you're bedridden, you are almost dead. You
Mm.
are dying slowly.
Mm.
I wouldn't consider it as survivor. That's my
I,
thought.
I,
Oh, sounds cool. Cool to my ears.
well, you know what? I can, just from seeing your social media and your
Mhm.
Instagram, you're definitely, I can see that you're thriving.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're,
I
you're
try to
definitely,
be.
yeah.
This is a one kind of a misconception. The fact that many people in this world think that, oh, Japanese people live forever, centenarians and roaming around there. But a true fact is that majority of folks, all the folks, were sent to the nursing homes. They are losing mind, wearing diaper. They can't look after themselves. I've been there
Right,
many, many times. It is kind of a depressing place. So
right,
we have to, I don't know, yeah, not young, yeah, healthy, and then look after yourself until you die. This is,
right,
I think, the proper way of human life, the ending our life, rather than
right.
just being taken care of, diapers and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
It's very interesting, yeah, because obviously you've heard about the blue zones and
Oh, yes, yes,
and
yes.
and and not even just the blue zones, but I have heard as well, with
Hmm.
Japan being, having quite high
Aging
levels of
society.
longevity, yeah.
Yes, they do
But
say
but
that.
but you
Quality
know,
of life can
mm,
be
mm,
misleading.
that's right, and that's what people don't realize as well, that like as you pointed out, a lot of the elderly do go to homes that are
Mm,
being looked after.
right, right, right.
Mm,
We have to kind of think about the health span rather than lifespan.
correct, correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great.
All right, Sammy. Hey, look, I think we're ready to cap it off at this
All
for
right.
this meeting.
Oh, it was
Um,
so fun. We have to
can
do that again.
oh yes, we definitely do. And
Yeah.
this time, I hope we can. I have to apologize for people who, if people were waiting. We had a bit of a mix up with
This is
our.
the international thing, right? It happens.
That's right. We had a bit of a
Mm,
mix up with our time schedules and our time
right.
zones. So big apologies to you guys,
Sorry, sorry, you guys.
but look, Sammy, I just want to say thank you so much for your
Oh,
time.
thank you very much for inviting me, and I will appreciate that this opportunity.
And can I just ask you to tell people where they can contact you? What are your social media accounts?
Sure,
And
sure.
yeah,
I've been active on all of the social media platforms. Especially, most active platform is Instagram. I
yes.
use Sami, yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
also, I have a website which is all about my consultancy and samicancersupport.com. Then you can find me.
Okay, I'll have those links on the
Thank
description
you.
of this
Thank
video.
you. Yeah, will be great.
Have you got any final messages that you might want to tell people?
Oh, yeah. Stay carnivore.
Stay carnivore.
Oh, damn. I should have said something good, but I couldn't come up with
That's okay.
something nice. Yeah,
That's fine. Yeah.
right.
Look, we'll hope we can do this again another
Yeah,
time.
sure, sure.
Um, and yeah, guys, if you haven't followed Sammy in her social media,
Yeah, follow me.
definitely do that after watching this video.
Hmm.
And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, next interview, next live stream, whatever it is.
Good
Uh,
things coming up.
that's it. So
All right.
stay safe, everyone. And I'll see you in the next time. Okay. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
Okay. Let's end broadcast. Okay.
Yay! It was truly